Margaret Bodendistel. I am currently going through my 200-hour yoga teacher certification training, and as part of my outreach project for the end, I elected to do 4 weeks of disc golf yoga for some disc golfers here in Knoxville, Tennessee. I decided to take the best of those 4 weeks and kind of combine it into a video together here for you guys. It's meant to be all levels, adaptable for everybody. If you ever feel pain, stay out of it. It's hard to do yoga at home on your own without the feedback of an instructor. But I'll really try to explain every pose, what we're looking for in each. The poses are specifically designed to help with your disc golf game, so specifically your shoulders, your spine twisting, and your hips, as well as a little bit of leg strength and flexibility. So if you have any questions, you can reach out to me, and I hope you get some benefit from this video and it saves you some strokes. Thanks. Bye. We're going to start by laying down flat on your back on the mat. Find a position that's nice and comfortable here because we'll be spending some time breathing. So coming into laying on your back, palms facing up, the legs can be nice and wide as your mat, toes fall out to the side. Bring a slight tuck to your chin so that you can lengthen out the back of your neck. Now bring the palms of your hands to your lower ribs, maybe your middle fingers touch. We're just placing our palms here on our ribs to feel ourselves breathing. That's all we're going to do for the beginning, is bring our attention to our breath, focusing on what it feels like to inhale and exhale. Each inhale, you're bringing fresh oxygen into the body. Your chest rises, your stomach rises, breathing all the way into your collarbones. Each exhale, you're relaxing. Your belly button drops down to your spine. You relax into the mat. So each inhale, you're breathing, filling yourself up. Each exhale, you're relaxing down deeper into the mat. Take a few deep breaths, equal long inhales and exhales. Begin by bringing your attention into your body. You can notice your body laying however you're laying, feeling the weight of your body laying heavy on the floor. Take a few deep breaths, and as you take a deep breath, bring in more oxygen, enlivening the body. As you exhale, have a sense of relaxing more deeply. You can notice your body on the floor. Notice the sensations of your body touching the floor, the weight and pressure, vibration, heat. You can notice your legs against the floor, pressure, pulsing, heaviness, lightness. Notice your back against the floor. Bring attention into your stomach area. If your stomach is tense or tight, let it soften. Take a breath. Notice your hands. If there is any tension, see if you can allow them to soften. Notice your arms. Feel any sensation in your arms. Let your shoulders be soft. Notice your neck and throat. Let them be soft. Relax. Soften your jaw. Let your face and facial muscles be soft. Breathe and observe your breath. If you've noticed your inner monologue starting to pop up, having a conversation with yourself, see if you can acknowledge those thoughts and let them pass with your next exhale. Perhaps bringing your attention to counting the breath if you're having difficulty releasing your to-do list. For the next several minutes, all we have to do is focus on our bodies, breathe, and see what we're feeling like today. Slowly begin to deepen the breath. Become aware of the body as best as you can. Begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Maybe make some circles with your wrists and your ankles. And take a nice big stretch overhead. Reach on an inhale with those hands, reaching nice and long, trying to extend the body out, reaching through the feet, reaching through the hands. And on an exhale, bring the knees into your chest and give yourself a nice big hug here. So grab wherever you're able. Maybe it's on the other side of your knees, maybe it's on the backs of your thighs. And if it feels good to you, rock back and forth slowly. Begin to give your lower back a little bit of a massage here, waking up your spine. And on an exhale, raise the feet up towards the ceiling and point and flex the feet. Point and flex here, getting some gravel out of our ankles and our feet, stretching out the backs of our legs. Maybe bring your hands to field goal posts to open up the chest. Give yourself another nice big squeeze and rest the soles of your feet on the ground. Begin to windshield wiper blade your knees back and forth, taking it nice and slow, really feeling how you're feeling here in the lower back and in the hips. So start with good alignment. Bring the soles of the feet down to the ground. Feet are hips width distance apart, knees are in line with both. And on an inhale, you're going to lift up the hips up towards the ceiling, and on an exhale, release it down to the mat. On your next inhale, lift up. Really keep that alignment between the knees. Make sure they're not going in or out. Follow your breath here, taking some bridges, going up and down, following your breath. On your next inhale, reach up with the arms as you do your bridge, coming into a full bridge flow here. So each inhale, you're lifting the hips, lifting the arms up and over your head, reaching and pressing through the entire front and back side of the body. Each exhale, the arms are coming down nice and slow, along with the hips, back to the mat, making contact. Follow your own breath here, inhaling and exhaling. So when you've had enough of your bridge flow, you can go ahead and inhale the knees into the chest and take some more windshield wiper blades here. See how you're feeling different now. Moving nice and slow back and forth. And using as little effort as possible, using your hands to help you come up. Let your head hang heavy and come up to a nice, comfortable seated position. So find whatever feels right for you. Maybe that's sitting cross-legged, an easy pose. Maybe you'd like to use a blanket underneath you to bring your hips a little bit higher than your knees. That can be easier on the hips and knees. So wherever you are, just come to a comfortable seat, but root through your sit bones, root through the base of your spine. Lift up tall through the head, drop the neck, and roll the right ear to the right shoulder. Exhale, roll to the other side, left ear to the left shoulder. Follow your own breath here, taking some nice simple neck rolls. Becoming nice and tall through that spine again, making sure we're not splaying out the bottom ribs. We're going to inhale, reach the shoulders up towards the ears, back down towards the back, coming into some shoulder rolls here, really exploring nice and slowly the full range of motion in your shoulders. See how they're feeling. And when you're ready, you can change directions. Go the other way. See how it feels on this other side. Inhale the arms up towards the sky, drop the right hand to the side, and tip over to the left, reaching through those fingertips, feeling that side body stretch go from the hip through the ribs. Inhale the arms up and change out to the other side. Stretch laterally through the hips, ribs, triceps, reaching through the fingers. Inhale the arms up, and on an exhale, twist to the right. So your left hand's going to come to your right knee. Every inhale, you're lifting up through the spine here. And each exhale, your ribs are turning back behind you. So maintain that height in your spine, nice and tall. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, switch it on to the other side. Nice and tall through the spine. Right arm on the left knee. Just a little seated twist here. Inhale the arms up and come on up. Using our blanket, if we have any discomfort in our knees, we're going to come up onto the knees, hips width distance apart, nice and tall through the spine. Bring the right leg out alongside your body, toes facing forward. So that side of your foot should be parallel with the side of your mat. Inhale the arms up, drop the right arm, and tip over to the left. So feel this stretch go all along your side body, a little different than when we were seated. We're including the hips a little more here. Inhale the arms back up to center. Exhale back into it. Really feel that stretch, opening up that entire side of the body. Come to center, and once more, exhale with the breath. Reach through the fingertips. And then let's switch the legs out. So now your left leg will come on out. You might notice that your sides feel very different. That's okay, that's totally normal. That's part of understanding your body. So on an inhale, you're gonna lift the arms up, drop that arm, and then feel the lateral stretch on the other side. For a lot of you, this is your throwing side, so it might be pretty intense. When you feel the need, you can come out of it. I like to come out of this and enter it about 3 times each side to notice how it feels different each time. Stretching and reaching through those fingertips. And on an exhale, you can bring the legs together. Move your blanket out of the way. Move any props that you've accumulated out of your way, and we'll be coming into our first child's pose. So bring the big toes together and bring the knees out wide for this. Try to sit back on your feet as much as possible. Bring a blanket back behind you if that doesn't feel good. Slowly walk the hands out, coming into a child's pose with the arms extended. This is wide-legged, so we're reaching out through the fingertips and really extending the spine here. Each inhale, you're thinking about extending the arms forward. Each exhale, your hips are working their way back towards your feet a little more. On an inhale, look up and walk the hands over to the left hand side, maybe bringing the right hand on top if you feel able. Feeling a side body stretch here again. Inhaling and exhaling. Slowly look up and walk the hands over to the right hand side, bringing the left hand on top if you're able, seeing how this stretch feels different on this side for you. Once you've had enough of that, you can walk back to the center and see how you feel different here. Then come up to a tabletop position. So our hips are going to be over our knees, our legs are hips width distance apart. On an inhale, we're going to reach the right hand up and thread the needle. Keeping those hips high, we're going to reach out our extended hands. This is a great stretch for the backs of the shoulders, opening up along our back. Really breathing into the tight spaces that you find here. Whenever you're breathing into tight spaces, especially in your ribs, you're increasing your lung capacity. So our spine is nice and long here, letting gravity do some of the work to lengthen us out. Inhale, unthread that arm, come back to your tabletop position. Inhale the left arm up and thread the needle on this side. See how you feel different here. Extend the right arm forward if that feels good for you. We're really lengthening out the spine here and stretching out the backs of our shoulders. Try to keep the neck soft and just breathe. So when you've had enough, you can slowly press yourself back up to a tabletop position. But let's focus on our alignment. Are our hips over our knees, shoulders over our hands? On an inhale, we're going to drop the belly, tuck the toes, reach the sternum forward, look up and inhale. Exhale, we're going to press the mat away, round the back, coming into some cat-cows here. So take it nice and slow, follow your breath. Every inhale, you're reaching the chest forward, dropping the belly. Every exhale, you're rounding the back up like an angry Halloween cat. If you could only do one yoga pose per day to ensure the continued health of your spine, this cat-cow should be it. Following your breath, inhaling and exhaling here. Slowly begin to take whatever organic movement feels good for you. Maybe make some circles with the hips. On an inhale, extend the left leg back, flexing the foot. Reach the right arm forward. Try to drop that left hip if it's reaching up. Make sure you're pointing those toes down towards the ground here. We're making the spine nice and long here. Come back to tabletop on an exhale, and on an inhale, lift the other leg, the other arm. Try to drop the hip on that extended leg if it's going a little wobbly. Point those feet down and extend through the crown of the head and through the base of the foot here in bird dog pose. Exhale, release back to tabletop. So come to your plank position, however that feels comfortable for you. Maybe the legs are extended or the knees are down, and slowly lower yourself down to the mat. Bring the palms of your hands underneath your shoulder blades along the ribs. Tops of your feet are flat on the mat. On an inhale, lift up using those lower back muscles. Exhale, release it down. We're leaving the lower ribs on the mat here. So inhale, lift up. Exhale, release it down. Follow your breath here, coming into some baby cobras. You can stay here or you can bring the arms long outside your body and inhale, lift everything up, coming into locust. So on an inhale, your arms and legs come up, chest comes up. Exhale, release it down to the mat. Follow your own breath here and strengthen your back. Maybe rock the hips from side to side and slowly, slowly begin to press yourself back up to a tabletop position. And then back into a down dog if that feels comfortable for you. If down dog is not within your practice, you can come on down to a child's pose like we did earlier. I certainly prefer it, and it's a great stretch for the shoulders. If you have tight shoulders, a down dog is going to be difficult for you, and that's common with athletes. So on an inhale, come up to a plank position and slowly walk your feet up towards your hands, hips width distance apart. Bring a generous bend to the knees and forward fold here. So really relax it down. The more you bend the knees, the easier it is on your back. Perhaps bring the elbows together, clasp each elbow and shake the head yes, shake the head no. Make sure you're fully released here. And breathe. We're opening up the entire back side of the body here. And on an inhale, slowly, one vertebra at a time, bring the arms out, reach up, look up, exhale the hands down through center, and exhale them out to the side. We're going to come into our first mountain pose. Coming into our first mountain pose, our feet are nice and strong and engaged, hips width distance apart, which is shorter than you think, 2 fists distance. Your knees are over your feet, your hips are over your knees and your feet, your shoulders are over all of it, and you're nice and extended through the spine. Close the eyes and breathe here. Think about this proper posture. Your bones are stacked on bones here. And this is really how we should be living our lives. So pay attention. How do you stand in line at the grocery store? What are you doing? Are you standing like this? Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway with a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, swoop the arms up, reach up, look up. Exhale, hands down through center and come back to mountain. Let's do that again here. On an inhale, lift the arms up, reach up. Exhale, forward fold, release everything. Inhale, reach up, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. And on an inhale, reach the arms up again, look up. Exhale, hands down through the center of the body, coming to stand in your mountain pose. Alrighty, now grab your strap, and if you don't have a strap, a towel works great here. But grab your strap and come to a mountain pose in the base. Nice, good foundation. Find your personal distance that's wider than your shoulders. Reach the arms up. You'll already feel this stretch here. But as you exhale, we're going to drop the arms down back behind our body. So if it's too difficult, you need to take a wider grip. If it's too easy, come in a little bit. But follow the breath here. Think about exhaling, releasing it down, inhaling it up, keeping the elbows nice and straight. And if the shoulders have crept up, if they're up by your ears, think about increasing the space between your shoulder blades and your ears. You're really stretching out that area. Your shoulders are going down and back as you're opening up the front of the chest. So follow your breath here, lingering anywhere where you feel like needs more attention. Okay, once you've had enough of that in your shoulders, you can go ahead and place your strap out to the side. We'll use it later for something else. Come back to your mountain pose, and let's take another sun salutation here. So inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway with a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, hands down through heart center. And come to your mountain pose again. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, come to field goal post arms, cactus arms. So we're looking for a 90-degree angle in the arms here. You might be a little tight. This might be a position that you work up towards or might change if you're very tight. But we're thinking about bringing our shoulders down from our ears and having a 90-degree angle in our arms. So we're opening up the chest here and breathing. We're now going to work on our balance some in a stretch that will also open up the backs of our shoulders. So inhale the arms up. Exhale, bring the left arm forward, right arm underneath. So see if you can wrap it around, working the palms of the hands together. If not, grab your shoulder blades. Maybe you're tight today or have muscles in the way. Wherever you are, sit down as if you're sitting into a tiny chair behind you. Your knees are not going in front of your toes. Lift the right leg and wrap it around. So if you're not able to wrap it around,
go wherever you're able. Maybe you can kickstand it out to the side if you want to have a little more stability, but think about compressing everything in. So we're really feeling this stretch along the backs of our shoulders. Inhale, release it all, and let's switch to the other side. So our left arm is going underneath our right arm. Coming into eagle pose here, grabbing our shoulders. If we're tight today, this might be a throwing shoulder for a lot of us. Sit back into your chair and become nice and rooted in the right leg. Lift the left leg up and over and sit down as you're able. Find your balance, find your drishti, your one focal point. Try to find stability while you're also stretching out these shoulders. Once you're here, you're holding and breathing, holding and breathing. And on an inhale, reach the arms up, exhale them down, maybe shake it out a little bit. Now take a nice wide step out, wide, maybe pigeon toe the feet a little bit to protect the low back. So the sides of your feet should be even with the sides of your mat. Inhale the arms up and exhale, clasp the hands together, pressing down through the hands, which are interlaced, opening up the chest here. So we inhale and lift the chest, and we exhale, forward fold with a nice flat back. So maybe this is where you're at. Maybe your shoulders can come forward and your arms up. That was not within my practice then, that day. So reaching forward, and if it feels good for you, you can go ahead and unclasp the hands, bring them forward. Really feel this stretch along the entire back of your legs, pressing through the feet. Bring the hands to the waist, and on an inhale, we're going to lift back up. Reach the arms up. Exhale. With a flat back, we're going to bend the right knee and bring our hands over to that side. Inhaling and exhaling here in a side lunge. Reaching through those feet, it's as if our feet are at minis, which are on the edge of the fairway, in the shul, as they say. So follow your breath here, moving when you feel ready. We're going to work our way from side to side, feeling this dynamic stretch as it goes throughout the backs of our legs, our inner thighs, really opening ourselves up. This is such a critical pose for disc golf. If you're not able to do this, your scramble game is going to be very deficient. So balance, strength, flexibility can be the difference of staying in the shul or getting out. Bring the hands to the hips. Inhale, come up with a nice flat back. Slowly begin to heel toe the feet in together. And let's just take any organic movement that feels good for you after doing that pose. Maybe circle out the ankles, maybe circle out the hips, shake out the feet, wiggle it out. Do anything that feels good for you here before we step it back out into a wide leg pose here. Now we're going to turn the right foot forward, straight forward, and bring the other foot back in just a little bit. Now take a wide step here in between your feet if that feels good. Bend the right knee. Make sure it's over the right heel, the right ankle, and see if your knee is tracking in or out. So that knee is reaching forward through all the feet and the arms are nice and wide. Inhale, reach up, straighten the leg. Exhale, come back into your warrior two. Inhale it up. Exhale back into your warrior two. Inhale, reach the arms forward, drop the arm to the forearm, and tilt over into your extended side angle here. feeling a lateral stretch pressing through both of the feet. Inhale back to warrior two, drop the right arm, tip it back, keeping that bend in the right knee. Coming into a peaceful warrior here. Inhale back to warrior two, see how you feel different now, and inhale it up. Now simply switch out the feet. The left foot comes forward, right foot a little bit back. Maybe you want to take a little wider stance. We're opening up that back hip towards the side that you're open towards. And then when you feel ready and you've found your balance, bring your arms up and bend that left knee. Is the left knee over the ankle? Is it tracking through the center of the front of your foot? That knee doesn't need to be coming in. It's nice and tall and engaged here. You're also pressing through the back foot. Inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, bend the leg. Inhale, straighten up. Exhale, bend back into your warrior two. Once you're in your warrior two, on an inhale, reach forward, tilt, tip. Bring the forearm to the thigh, reach up, look up. Feel this lateral stretch along your side body. Inhale, come back to warrior two, drop the back arm, lift up with the front arm, keeping that bend in that left knee, making sure it's not coming in. And on an inhale, come back up to warrior two, feel nice and rooted here, straighten the leg, heel toe the feet back together and come back to standing in mountain pose. Let's take a moment here to check in with the body and repeat our sun salutation. So on an inhale, lift up, exhale, forward fold. Inhale up to a flat back, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, slowly come up, lift the arms up, look up. Exhale, hands down to your side. We're going to work on one more balance challenge. So become nice, firm, and rooted in the left leg. Nice and strong. Inhale the right leg up to a 90-degree angle, flex the foot, bring it out alongside your body, and then find your tree. So it can be down at your heel, on the ground. It can be on the side of your thigh. It can be on the side of your calf. It can be anywhere but your knee. So anywhere but your knee. We're extending through the spine here. And if you feel comfortable, you can grow your tree. Reach up through the arms, lifting up through the spine, opening the right hip. Think about that right knee working their way back. And exhale, you can come on out of tree pose on that side. See how you feel different here. Root through the right leg. Inhale the left leg up and out. Find your tree. So maybe it's nice and low. Maybe it's on your calf. Maybe it's on your thigh. But you're opening up the hip here and you're holding and breathing, finding your balance in a tree pose. The crown of the head is extending nice and tall. You're balancing and you're growing your branches whenever you feel ready. On an exhale, you can come on out whenever you feel ready. And inhale the arms up, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Really release it here. Release, release. And when you feel ready, come on down to the mat. So you can sit like I am here. You can sit in a comfortable, easy cross-legged pose. Or if you'd like to have a hip opener with this, you can stack the knees coming into a shoelace position here. So this is all optional. You can take what you want for your lower body here. But we're focusing really on shoulder opening here. So taking your strap in the left arm, we're going to inhale it up and exhale, release it down behind your back, just like you're doing a tricep stretch here. So dropping that strap between the shoulder blades. I will show you up here. This is called cow face. So dropping the strap down behind our back, we're going to bring the right arm around, down, and behind and reach up. We're trying to reach our hands together. So maybe your hands are together, maybe they're significantly far apart like I am if your shoulders are tight. It really just depends. But once we're here, we're going to think about pulling our hands apart or pulling our strap apart, opening up the chest and the shoulders. So breathe here. Breathe. When you've had enough of that, you can exhale and release the arms, maybe shake them out. Switch out the legs if you're in shoelace. And we're going to do the other side. If you're a right hand backhand player, you're probably really tight here. So taking that strap in the right hand up and over into a tricep stretch in between the shoulder blades, reach around and up with the left hand, trying to pull the strap apart. So feeling where you're at, noticing how your sides are different, breathing into any of the tight areas, exhaling, relaxing into it. When you have had enough of cow face arms, you can put your strap to the side and find your way very slowly and carefully down to the mat, onto your belly, into a Sphinx position. This is a more yin style posture that we will hold for some time. So bring the elbows underneath the shoulder blades and clasp your arms. This is the distance you need your arms to be apart. Bring the legs as wide as feels comfortable for you. The wider, the easier it is on your low back. Now bring the arms out forward, even with the sides of your mat, and press the palms into the mat. And think about opening the chest here. So we're not going to crane our chin forward. Bring a little tuck, maybe bring your gaze down. And we're going to open up the chest here. We're holding and breathing in this posture. This is a fantastic posture if you spend a lot of your time forward folding over a cell phone, a steering wheel, computer. Even though it doesn't look like it's doing a lot, if you're squeezing the shoulder blades together, opening up through the chest, thinking about being nice and broad across the collarbones, you're going to be back bending here and opening the chest. Try to release the glutes. If you're holding in your booty, release it. Holding and breathing in this Sphinx posture, using our breath as our guide to open up the shoulders, open up the chest. If you'd like a little bit more in this, more of a back bend, you can bring your hands out to a 45-degree angle and press yourself up into seal, if that is something that is comfortable for you. Or you can just stay right here in your Sphinx posture, focusing on being still. I'll demonstrate seal here. So if you feel any crunching in the low back, any discomfort, come on back to a Sphinx posture. Find whatever feels comfortable for you. And slowly, slowly bring yourself down to the mat, arms down alongside your body, favorite cheek coming down to the mat, and just hold and breathe here. Slowly begin to extend your hands out wide, palms facing down. Press into your left hand. Really try to extend it out. And slowly using your right hand to press you up, begin to roll onto your left side. This is called wing on the ground. It has many names, but it's a great chest opener. It's really good for disc golf. So try to relax your head and bring your legs and arms wherever is comfortable for you. Maybe you want to extend your legs long. Maybe you don't come up very much. Maybe your right arm comes up, around, and over. Find the position that feels comfortable for you in this yin style posture that we will hold for several moments. As you lay in this posture, focus on your breath. If anything becomes tight or tense, just focus on using your breath to allow the inhales to enliven your body and your exhales to relax more deeply into the pose. And when you feel comfortable, you can roll back onto your stomach, maybe wiggle your hips side to side a bit. And when you feel ready, you can extend that right arm, press through the palm, and press yourself up onto the other side. So for a lot of you right-handed throwers, this side is more tight. You might notice that your sides are very different. But try to find equilibrium. So if you brought your arm behind you on the other side, try to do that on this side as well. And once you're there, just close your eyes, relax your body, hold and breathe. Slowly begin to deepen the breath. And when you're ready, roll back down onto your stomach. Bring the arms alongside your body, long. Maybe wiggle the hips back and forth to bring a little neutrality to the spine. Find your favorite cheek on the ground and simply breathe. Slowly going whatever way is comfortable for you, we're going to find ourselves in a closed-legged child's pose. So bring the knees together, big toes together, and fold over your lower body, bringing your forehead down to the mat, forehead to a block if it doesn't reach, and bring the arms down alongside the body. Let's take a moment here and allow our shoulders to rest. Hold and breathe in this gentle forward fold. And very slowly and carefully, you can come out of that child's pose, take a different variation if that feels good for you. Maybe a wide-legged child's pose with the knees wide, arms extended forward. Take any last organic movement that feels good for your body here and meet together on our backs on the mat. Now that you've found yourself on your back, let's take a nice big full body stretch. So reach the arms up overhead, reach the feet long. Exhale, bring the knees into the chest, give yourself a nice big hug and a squeeze. Maybe rock back and forth a little bit, give your low back a massage here. On an exhale, raise the feet up towards the ceiling, maybe point and flex the feet. Lift the right leg up and bring that into your body. You can bring your left leg long if that feels good, but just hold and squeeze here for a minute. Think about drawing that right knee in towards the right armpit, lengthening out the spine here, extending through the crown of the head, through the tailbone. Breathing here. Slowly release that leg up towards the ceiling, maybe point and flex the foot a bit. See how that feels different. Give yourself another nice big squeeze, and then take the other knee into your chest. Extend the leg, point and flex. See how that feels along the back and front of the leg. And when you're ready, take that other knee into the chest, maybe extend the other leg if that feels good in your low back, and squeeze. Try to pull that knee in towards the chest. See if you can work that left knee in towards your left armpit, holding and breathing here. Very slowly extend the sole of that foot up towards the ceiling. Point and flex the toe. Maybe bend the knee a bit. Any organic movement that feels good. Then bring the soles of the feet to the ground and slowly windshield wiper blade your knees back and forth. Give yourself another nice big squeeze, knees into the chest. And let's take a few bridges here. So on an inhale, lift the hips up towards the ceiling. Exhale, coming down. Inhale up, making sure those knees aren't splaying out or coming in. Keeping nice alignment in our knees, every direction here. Now let's add in the arms. On your next inhale, bring the arms up overhead, and exhale, release it down towards the mat. Follow your own breath here for several counts. And when you've had enough of this bridge, take your right leg over your left knee. It might be beneficial to watch here. Inhale that left leg up into your chest and grab behind your left thigh here. So this is reclined pigeon. This is a great hip opener. You can maybe rock slowly back and forth and see how that changes. But slowly take your left hand on top of your left knee, right hand on top of your right knee. Drop over to the left-hand side, take your left hand to your right knee, and slowly take your right arm out to the side and look that direction. So we're revolving our reclined pigeon here. You want to think about dropping the right hip down towards the ground. You can press away your knee with your left hand if you'd like to increase this stretch. You can really control it in that way. When you've had enough, you can slowly help your legs come back to center and come back to reclined pigeon. See how that feels different for you now. You can slowly drop your feet back down towards the mat and switch it out to the other side. So take the left leg over the right knee and bring that into the chest, grabbing wherever you're able, feeling this hip opening in the right hip. And when you feel ready, you can take your right hand on top of your right knee, your left hand on the inside of your left knee. You can maybe press that knee out a little bit, see how that changes. And when you're ready, you can drop over to the right hand side. Once you've dropped over, take your right hand and place it where your left hand was, and open up the left arm, looking over your left shoulder. Thinking about dropping that left hip down. You can press open the knee more if you'd like a more intense stretch here. Hold and breathe. Taking nice, long, deep inhales and exhales. Opening up our hip, stretching our IT band, our side body. And when you feel ready, you can slowly help your knees back in towards center. Come back into reclined pigeon and see how that feels different for you now. You can slowly extend the feet up towards the ceiling, give yourself another nice big hug, and when you're ready, you can drop the knees over to the right hand side, look over your left shoulder to complete a twist. We always end our yoga practice in twists because it kind of helps to wring out the spine. It helps to reset the nervous system. It's a great pose to do at the end of a practice to help seal the gains that you've done over the past hour. The closer you bring your knees in towards your shoulders, the less intense this will be on your low back. And when you feel ready, you can switch on to the other side, taking your supine twist the other direction, looking over the opposite shoulder. Feeling this stretch go from your tailbone up through the crown of your head, a full spinal twist here. Slowly, when you feel ready, you can bring the knees into the chest again. Give yourself another last nice big hug and squeeze here. And you can slowly extend the legs long, coming into our final pose of Shavasana here. So extend the legs long, maybe cover yourself up, do whatever it takes to feel comfortable here. Sometimes a bolster underneath the knees, underneath the thighs can be nice for the low back. And stay in this Shavasana as long as you want. Shavasana is a time where we take in everything we've done over the past hour. So try to melt into the mat, try to relax, just focus and breathe here. Letting yourself come to a final place of rest as you feel your head come heavy, your shoulders relax into the mat, your legs are long. Thank you for sharing your yoga practice with me. Namaste.